Once upon a time, in the heart of a cold and snowy winter, a queen sat beside her palace window, swaying quietly. Outside, snowflakes drifted gently from the sky, covering the whole world in sparkling white. As the queen sewed, she accidentally pricked her finger with the needle. A single drop of bright red blood fell onto the snow resting on the window sill. The queen stared at the beautiful contrast of red upon white and softly whispered, "I wish for a daughter with a skin as white as snow, lips as red as blood, and hair as black as ebony wood." Before long, her wish came true. The queen gave birth to a beautiful baby girl whose skin was as white as snow, whose lips were red as roses, and whose hair was black as night. The king and queen named her Snow White. But sadly, the queen died soon after the child was born, and the kingdom fell into sorrow. A year later, the king married again. His new wife was stunningly beautiful, but beneath her beauty lived pride, vanity, and cruelty. The new queen possessed a magical mirror. Every day, she stood before it and asked, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" And every day the mirror answered, "You, my queen, are the fairest of all." Those words filled the queen with happiness, for she believed beauty was the greatest power in the world. Years passed, and little Snow White grew into a gentle and lovely young girl. By the age of 7, her beauty had become greater than anyone in the kingdom. One morning, the queen proudly asked her mirror the usual question, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" But this time, the mirror replied, "You are fair, my queen, it is true, but Snow White is far fairer than you." The queen's face darkened with rage. Jealousy burned deep inside her heart like fire. From that moment on, she could not bear the sight of Snow White. Finally, overcome with hatred, the queen summoned a huntsman. "Take Snow White deep into the forest," she ordered coldly. "Kill her and bring me back her heart as proof." The huntsman obeyed and led Snow White far into the woods. But when he raised his knife, Snow White fell to her knees in tears. "Please spare me," she cried. "I will run away and never return." The huntsman looked into her innocent eyes and could not bring himself to harm her. "Run," he whispered. "Escape far from here and never come back." Instead, he killed a wild boar and brought its heart to the queen, pretending it belonged to Snow White. Meanwhile, Snow White wandered alone through the dark forest. The towering trees frightened her, and every sound made her tremble with fear. She ran until sunset painted the sky orange and gold. At last, hidden among the trees, she discovered a tiny cottage. Inside, everything was small. 7 little chairs, 7 tiny plates, 7 cups, and 7 little beds. Hungry and exhausted, Snow White tasted a little food from each plate and drank a little from each cup. Then she lay down across the tiny beds until she found one that fit perfectly, and she quickly fell asleep. That evening, 7 dwarfs returned home from working in the mountains. "Someone has been here," one exclaimed. "Someone sat in my chair. Someone ate from my plate. Someone drank from my cup." Then the 7th dwarf discovered Snow White sleeping peacefully in his bed. "Oh, look," he whispered softly. "She is beautiful." The dwarf were kind-hearted men, and instead of waking her, they allowed her to sleep peacefully through the night. The next morning, Snow White awoke and was frightened to see the 7 dwarfs gathered around her. But they smiled warmly and asked who she was. Snow White told them everything about the wicked queen, the huntsman, and her escape from the forest. After listening carefully, the dwarf said kindly, "You may stay here with us if you cook, clean, sew, and keep the house tidy." Snow White gratefully agreed, and soon the cottage became filled with warmth, laughter, and happiness. Every morning, before leaving for work, the dwarf warned her carefully. "Do not open the door to strangers. The queen may discover you are still alive." Back at the palace, the queen once again stood before her mirror. "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" The mirror answered, "You are fair, my queen, it is true. But Snow White, who lives beyond the hill with the 7 dwarfs, is far fairer than you." The queen exploded with fury. "She still lives?" Determined to destroy Snow White herself, the queen disguised herself as an old peddler woman and traveled to the dwarf's cottage, carrying beautiful ribbon and lace. "Lovely ribbons for sale," she called sweetly. Snow White peeked outside and thought the old woman looked harmless. Forgetting the dwarf's warning, she opened the door slightly. The disguised queen smiled wickedly. "Such a pretty girl deserves beautiful laces," she said. She quickly tied the lace tightly around Snow White's waist until Snow White collapsed to the floor, unable to breathe. Certain she had succeeded, the queen hurried away laughing. But when the dwarfs returned home, they quickly loosened the lace and revived Snow White. "That was your stepmother," they cried. "Promise us you will never open the door again." Snow White promised, but the queen was not finished. The next day, the mirror once again revealed that Snow White was still alive. Furious, the queen created a poisoned comb and disguised herself as another old woman. Again she visited the cottage. "Beautiful combs for your lovely hair," she called. Snow White refused to open the door, but the old woman convinced her to at least look through the window. The comb sparkled beautifully in the sunlight. "Allow me to place it in your hair," the woman offered kindly. The moment the poisoned comb touched Snow White's head, she collapsed once again. Later, the dwarfs returned and discovered the poisoned comb hidden in her hair. As soon as they removed it, Snow White opened her eyes. "You must never trust strangers again," they warned. But the queen's hatred had become unstoppable. This time, she prepared a poisoned apple, red and beautiful on one side, deadly on the other. Disguised as farmer's wife, she returned to the cottage. "Fresh apple from the orchard," she called. Snow White hesitated. "I cannot let anyone in." "That's perfectly fine," the old woman replied sweetly. "Look, I'll cut the apple in half. You eat the red side while I eat the white side." The harmless half had no poison. At last, Snow White accepted the apple, but the moment she bit into the poisoned side, she fell lifeless to the ground. When the dwarfs returned home, they were heartbroken. They tried everything to wake her, but nothing worked. Snow White looked so peaceful and beautiful that they could not bear to bury her beneath the earth. Instead, they placed her inside a glass coffin upon a mountain surrounded by flowers and trees. Days passed. Then one afternoon, A prince riding through the forest discovered the glass coffin. He was deeply moved by Snow White's beauty and sadness. "Please allow me to take her with me," he begged the dwarfs. "I will honor her forever." At first, the dwarfs refused, but the prince's kindness convinced them. As the prince's servant carried the coffin away, one of them stumbled over a tree root. The sudden jolt caused the poisoned piece of apple lodged in Snow White's throat to fly out. Snow White coughed softly and slowly opened her eyes. The prince smiled with joy. "You are safe now," he gently said. Over time, the prince and Snow White fell deeply in love, and soon a magnificent royal wedding was announced across the kingdom. The wicked queen, still believing Snow White was dead, was invited to the celebration. Before leaving, she asked her mirror one final time, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" The mirror answered, "You are fair, my queen, it is true, but the new queen is far fairer than you." Fear filled the queen's heart. At the wedding feast, she entered the grand hall and froze in horror when she saw Snow White alive beside the prince. Her wickedness had finally been revealed. Punishment awaited the cruel queen. She was forced to wear burning iron shoes and dance until she collapsed, never to harm anyone again. And so, Snow White and the prince ruled their kingdom with kindness, wisdom, and joy. Snow White never forgot the 7 dwarfs who had protected her in the darkest days, and they were always welcomed at the castle as beloved friends, and they all lived happily ever after.